In the dusty alleys of Djibouti in the early 1980s, a small boy named Hussein Abdi Kahin ran barefoot between homes, chasing goats and playing football with rolled-up socks. He didn't know he was born in Somalia, didn't speak English, and had never heard of the Olympics. At 8 years old, he was brought to London under mysterious circumstances, told he was visiting relatives, only to discover he'd been trafficked into domestic servitude. That boy would later become Mo Farah, Britain's greatest distance runner, a four-time Olympic gold medalist, and a global symbol of resilience, not because he was born a champion, but because he refused to let his past define his future. Born on March 23, 1983, in Mogadishu, Somalia, during a time of civil unrest, Mo's early life was marked by displacement and uncertainty. After his father died when he was 4, his mother sent him to live with relatives in neighboring Djibouti. In 1993, at age 10, though documents later suggested he may have been older, he was brought to the UK by a woman he believed was a family friend. Instead, she forced him to care for her children, clean the house, and remain silent. He attended school in West London, but struggled with language and identity, often feeling invisible. His turning point came at Feltham Community College, where PE teacher Alan Watkinson noticed his natural speed during a school race. Encouraged to join the athletics club, Mo discovered running wasn't just exercise, it was freedom. On the track, his background didn't matter, only his legs did. Watkinson became a mentor, helping him gain British citizenship in 2000 and supporting his early training. Initially competing as Hussein Farah, he later adopted Mo, short for Mohammed, and began representing Great Britain in junior competitions. His rise was steady but not meteoric. He trained relentlessly, often twice a day, balancing part-time jobs with grueling workouts. Early international results were modest. Semi-final exits at World Championships, near misses at European events. Critics said he lacked tactical sharpness, that he couldn't handle pressure in championship races. But behind the scenes, he was evolving, refining his kick, studying rivals, and building mental fortitude. Everything changed in 2011. Under the guidance of American coach Alberto Salazar at the Nike Oregon Project, Mo transformed his technique and mindset. He moved to Portland, embraced high-altitude training, and developed the devastating finishing sprint that would become his trademark. At the 2011 World Championships in Daegu, he finally broke through, winning silver in the 10,000 meters, a taste of what was coming. The 2012 London Olympics became his coronation. Racing on home soil before a roaring crowd at the Olympic Stadium, he executed perfection. In the 10,000 m final, he unleashed his signature surge with 600 meters to go, pulling away from a world-class field to claim gold. Days later, in the 5,000 m, he repeated the feat, becoming the first British athlete to win both distance titles at a single Games. His celebratory Mobot pose, arms forming an M over his head, became a national symbol of joy and pride. He doubled down in Rio 2016, defending both titles against younger, faster rivals. At 33, he was the oldest man to win Olympic gold in the 5,000 m, cementing his status as one of history's greatest distance runners. Over his career, he won 10 global championship golds, 4 Olympic, 6 world, a record unmatched in British athletics. Yet his legacy extends beyond medals. In 2017, he courageously revealed the truth about his childhood. That he was trafficked into the UK as a child laborer, his name and age falsified. Speaking on BBC's Panorama, he exposed a hidden chapter of exploitation, advocating for stronger protections for vulnerable children. The revelation shocked the public, but deepened respect for his journey, from silenced servant to national hero. He also used his platform for humanitarian causes. As a UNHCR Goodwill Ambassador, he visited refugee camps in Kenya and Jordan, sharing stories of displaced families and urging global compassion. He launched the Mo Farah Foundation, supporting education and nutrition programs in East Africa, particularly in Somaliland, where his family still resides. On the track, his style was poetry in motion, patient, economical, then explosive. He rarely led early, preferring to tuck into the pack, conserve energy, and strike with lethal precision in the final lap. His rivalry with Ethiopia's Kenenisa Bekele and Uganda's Joshua Cheptegei pushed the sport forward, raising standards for endurance and speed. After retiring from track racing in 2017, he transitioned to road racing, winning the Chicago Marathon in 2018 and setting European records in the half marathon. He continued competing into his late 30s, driven not by fame, but by love of the sport and desire to inspire. Off the track, he lives quietly in Oregon with his wife, Tanya, and their children, avoiding celebrity culture. He remains deeply connected to his Somali heritage while embracing his British identity, a duality he describes as strength, not conflict. He speaks fluent Somali, English, and French, and often credits his multicultural upbringing for his adaptability. In 2022, he was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II, becoming Sir Mo Farah, a title he wears with humility. Statues, school programs, and youth running initiatives now bear his name across the UK. Young athletes from immigrant communities see in him proof that belonging isn't granted by birth, but earned through contribution. Mo Farah's story is not just about athletic excellence, it's about transformation. He turned trauma into triumph, silence into voice, and miles into meaning. He proved that no origin is too humble, no beginning too broken, for greatness to emerge. And every time he crossed a finish line with arms raised in the Mobot, he wasn't just celebrating victory, he was declaring that hope, hard work, and humanity can outrun any past.